Hello, Absurd Nerd back with another TFT commentary. In this game we get TFT off of the carousel and we managed to pick up a level 2 really early. So having the level 2 tier 2 unit early is pretty good, and we also get a level 2 Mordekaiser. So we're hoping to do fairly well early on. Now we even get another level 2 pretty early on as well. Unfortunately we do lose the first few rounds. TFT isn't that great a unit really. Mordekaiser also is an okay tank but doesn't really do much else. I've also got the Elise, and Elise again is another weak unit. So overall, even though we've got lots of tier 2s, they're not the best. So it takes us 3 games before we get our first win, just before the second carousel. We pick up some stuff in there. We managed to put a Spiritogin on the Twisted Fate, so hopefully we can get lots and lots of blue cards off, which I think are probably the best cards he throws. So manages to make our Elise transform early, gives Darius an early spin as well. Overall, not really sure what to play in, so on the board I've picked up a few Sorcerers, maybe going Sorcerers, and on the other side I've got sort of Rangers and possibly Glacial. So I've got a lot of options for what I might transform into. Picking up another TFT as well, and another Twisted Fate as well. Maybe we can get him to 3 stars. I'm not quite sure how his damage ramps up there. Currently is our highest damaging champion on the board. I'm pretty sure it's going to fall off as soon as we get some other sorcerers that do some really good damaging spells. But again, it looks like we're definitely unsure on what we're going with. We've picked up 3 Rangers now and 2 Glacials. So we've got lots of options there, and we keep losing rounds as well, so we're not in a great place. Great place here. Looks like we finally committed more to Sorcerers after selling off some of the Rangers. But again, we are just constantly losing throughout this game. Proving it definitely at certain points synergies are better than having just high strong units. So we've got now 2 synergies with Glacial and Sorcerers. And you can see on our items we've got a spatula there, so we can hopefully get someone turned into either another Glacial or another Sorcerer just to help this combination along. It's not really a team you can do. You definitely can't do the full Sorcerer and full Glacial together unless you get a lot of spatulas and the right items to transform them. Considering an average game you get about 11-13 items, and we've already got several of them. So instead we actually transformed our Twisted Fate into a demon because we were keeping our Elise. We actually sell off the Elise. I think just because her damage falls off. Unless you can get a 3-star, she's alright. And that's mainly if you win after she's transformed. Otherwise, she's not a particularly great unit. So we're now stuck with a demon Twisted Fate without the additional strength of the demon buff. So not a great choice, and it drops us all the way down into last place. So this game is definitely one of those ones where I'm desperate to make a comeback at some point. Maybe finding that 6th Sorcerer would definitely help on the damage output. So we do manage to get a few wins in here and there. And we're only 1 Twisted Fate away from a level 3 Twisted Fate, but He's not really great even at level 3, has to be said. The blue card is definitely nice, as it does mean you can get a few more ults off. But you can see by the damage charts there, it was Ari and Ash were actually doing the most damage. But we do pick up another sorcerer. In fact, our 6th sorcerer, but we also got the 2 guardians as well. Morgana is definitely one of the strongest sorcerers in the game. Her ultimate is very, very powerful indeed. So we do get her as our 2nd demon. As we're not likely to get rid of Twisted Fate just because we're so close to a level 3 Twisted Fate. And unfortunately we just lose on that round. So we are now with one person knocked out, pretty much in dead last. We ramp it all the way up to level 8 and we finally get our 6 sorcerers. So we're quite a way into the game before we fully commit to 6 sorcerers, but we've got the guardian sorcerers and demons going on. And we're still looking for that Twisted Fate. We finally get that Twisted Fate. Hoping it will do enough, especially as we're on 12 health, so one really bad round could knock us out. We've got the guardians there, positioned so that everyone gets hit by one of the buffs, and I think the Castim's in the middle there, so he was getting a double bonus, plus his shield and his PD and his magic resist armor. He should be tanking quite heavily for us. Unfortunately, we do get up against someone with dragons, which are currently immune to magic damage, so they're very, very tough for our team to actually do the damage to take out. So we are just at the moment just surviving. Assassins pretty much just get wrecked by us, as they're not really doing anything to stop our spells. It's really demons and dragons are the worst things we can face. Although with the low health bars, a double static shiv blade master gunslinger Lucian is also pretty devastating to the team. Luckily we managed to take out most of his and just survive with 1 health. So we're not in the top 4 at the moment. We managed to buff up our Morgana a little bit more, to the point where we decide to actually put our guardians so that she will actually receive a double buff from them. And we're now just playing the hope we win game. We definitely don't want Nard to evolve on us, so that would be pretty bad. The level 3 Lucian is very, very scary, but luckily with the Sorcerer buff, the level 6 Sorcerer buff, our Ari is just doing lots and lots of damage, top of the charts again on that game. Unfortunately, we kind of position our Morgana a bit poorly, and she doesn't hit too many people with her ultimate each time it goes off. Considering she's definitely one of the highest damage dealers on the Sorcerer team, as you can see by the damage charts. But we take this guy out as well, so we get through to Dragon, and there's another Seraphs on the Dragon, which I'll be putting on the Morgana just so she can get off an ultimate almost immediately in the game before she gets destroyed by whoever's left. I can't remember what the other 2 were playing, but even against the Dragon, Morgana gets the most damage, even more than our 2-item level 3 Twisted Fate. Proving that he's not a great unit, and probably should have changed him out for like Aurelian Soul, would have been a better option. So this is the final round. The Morgana does get a great big ult off, but she doesn't kill anybody, and unfortunately we do get knocked out. But we come in 3rd, so it's not too bad. And once again, thanks for watching.